failure is born in the mind, right? It's born in the mind. And our beliefs, we were talking last night about our beliefs, and back when I was a young boy and I experienced that family struggles, my mom and dad, I had 4 sisters growing up, 2 older and 2 younger, and the slumber parties were really cool. But they had a lot of financial challenges, right? And there was a lot of alcoholism, a lot of fighting. My dad ended up abandoning the family, and my mom tried to take her own life, unsuccessfully, praise God. But a lot of pain, and it centered around the lack of financial freedom and choices, because they were constantly bickering about, we can't afford it, we can't do it. And they had no way out. They had no vehicle. Guys, they had no vehicle to get themselves to where they needed to be. That's why we're so excited about X39 and Lightweight, because it's affordable to the masses. You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars to start this business. You need a little bit. You need a credit card and some fire in your belly to go out there, and you can create an income-generating asset that is. I mean, we've been doing 5 figures per week, averaging that for 3 years now, per week, and we're putting about 15 to 20 hours per week into our Lightweight business. So think of that. We have a sleeve for me and a sleeve for her is $200 a month US, right? And you're at 5 figures a week. Those other companies, when we tried to grow the revenue of the other companies, all the negatives grew along with it. This is locked in. There's nothing like it. So we got to share with people, especially start with entrepreneurs, sharp business people, sharp sales people, because they're going to understand it faster, better. But don't leave anybody behind, because there are people out there that are struggling like my family did growing up. And they work hard, they want the best for their family, but they don't have a vehicle. They don't know what to do. So you can be that hope broker that comes alongside them and say, look, Mario, I got something. I got the answer. And you can start bringing some hope back into that family's life. And that is so powerful, right? Money's not the most important thing. It really isn't. But it rates right up there with oxygen, doesn't it? You survive about as long without both, right? So it's important. We got to get it handled so we can focus on more important things, right? And you do it at the same time. But you guys have never been more excited about any other opportunity I've ever laid my eyes on, because of those key points that I just shared. So yeah, you have to get your dream has to be real, it has to be visceral, you have to be serious about it. You can't just be, I'd like that to happen. I wish that could happen, you know? Every 7-year-old would have a pony if that's all it took, a strong desire, but you gotta be committed to it. And it's a fun business. The hard part is when you stop opening your mouth and you start thinking too much about it. Why isn't this working? Why isn't anybody doing anything? No, don't fall in that trap. Just keep prospecting and sharing and talking to people, and your team will see you and be like, oh man, they got another one, and that inspires them, and they see you doing the activity is what's so important.
Yeah,
right?
Married to the activity, not the results.
Yeah.
That's key. And for us, we are like, how many no's did you get today? Celebrate those, because each no that you get puts you that much closer to the person that's going to say yes. It is a numbers game, my friends. It is. So if you do what they just said, I don't know who Steve said. No, it wasn't Steve. I don't know who spoke this morning that said it, but they're setting a goal of 2 people a day, 5 days a week. That gives you 2 days off, right? So 10 people a week that you're just opening your mouth and sharing to, and they're getting 1 every single week. Well, what if you open your mouth to 4 people a day? Then you're likely going to get 2 every single week, and not just compound. So be married to the activity, and don't worry about what people think or what people say. And if they say no, it's okay. It's usually no, not now.
Yeah.
It's very rarely no, never.
Yeah.
Right? I said no. Steve Merritt called him, and I'm sitting across the room. I'm going, no, we are not. But he was
going, why?
yeah, but thank God he said yes, right? And then I put a
I
patch
never
on,
listened.
and my whole world changed, right? I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. You guys show them the money. Show them the money because it's magical what happens. We just got our 1099. I take a snapshot, a picture of that, and I show people the 1099. No, don't tell them, but just show them this is annual income last year, 15, 20 hours a week. Would that help your family? You know, it's not about it's with 10% of that help your family. Oh my gosh, yes. You know, and they're seeing it. There's something about seeing it that really it gets them excited. So,
and if you're not there yet, share your upline's financial
Definitely.
testimony,
Definitely.
or their upline's, their sponsors' financial testimony. Right? I'm just getting started. But look at what my friends are doing. Look at what my business partners are doing. 'Cause that's what we are. And don't be afraid to show that because people are hurting, and they're just surviving. They're living 70% in this country, in the U.S., live paycheck to paycheck.
yeah, so we don't talk about, you know, a few $100s a week because that doesn't excite most people, right? We talk about at least a few thousand a week because that excites most people, right? And that takes care of a lot of mortgages and marriages, right? That's when you can get those calls back that, you know, hey, we're doing better. There's a little relief in the family because you guys shared this with us. I mean, what a blessing. What a blessing. So, yeah, we're not afraid to pour it on. We're showing the 1099 all the time, and that seems to be a very key aspect of our growth is, you know, is doing that with excitement and passion, and then taking the focus off of you and say, what would it do for you? You know, how would that help you, right?
Can I ask what your 1099 is?
Sure. Well, we've earned a few $1 million in LifeWave so far. Last year was just over 700,000, and we did 15 hours a week roughly in the business, mostly Zooms and phone calls. And our overhead is $200 a month. $200 a month. We have no employees, no debt, no overhead, no buildings, no equipment. People,
And it's not even
entrepreneurs will not
overhead because we're
understand
getting
it.
product benefits.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not overhead. It's
They won't understand it right away, so you have to let them know that this is real. How does that scale? And you break it down to them a little bit, and they'll see that. Are you serious? You know, yeah. Here's my overhead. Sleeve for me is $99, and we talk, and we point, and we invite, and we Zoom, and that's all we do. And so we don't answer a lot of questions as far as product goes. We point. We become really good pointers, inviters, and promoters. That's it. If you're talking too much about the product, you're stymied. Your business is stymied. So point. That's a great question. Wait to meet the scientists and the doctors.
Sure.
I will share something. I love Dr. Peck's quote, where he says, "This is the most significant medical breakthrough of my life."
Yeah.
That's short, sweet, fast, and because of that, then I show them.
Sign up someone.
And no meeting is by chance, right? Every time the Lord puts somebody in front of your path, you start a conversation, right? And so many people, how do you do that? You say hi. You find a way to sincerely compliment. Or on this, it's easy. Oh my gosh, is this your first cruise? There's a million questions you can ask to start a conversation. The 6,940 other people that are here, or whatever it is. But every interaction is an opportunity if we take it. If we take it.
So you guys look at the income and then share the income. If you don't have an income testimony yet, grab one and share it with someone. You know, get a hold of your upline that's doing 5 figures a week or whatever. You have to keep that person in mind. Some people that we talk to, they don't get inspired by that. But I tell them Steve's income. In 3.5 years, $16 million. And guess what his overhead is? 200 a month. How did he do that? And now they're excited. So, yeah.
This is
When
their
Steve told me
income last
that he
year.
was making 25 grand a week.
1099 form.
I'm broke. I'm thinking, really? Like, it's hard to believe, right? And so then I sent a message to Carl. I said, Carl, are you doing this? He goes, Mario, get moving. This is absolutely amazing. And that just, so you have different people that encourage you on the journey, right? So I think it's important to be able to reach out and have those people in your corner. When other people will say no, that you can call. And I guess that's just why I respect Carl and Kathy so much, because they've been in business for so many years. They've had have an amazing marriage and all that. So it just encourages me to think, okay, if they've built, but tell a little bit what it cost you to build the other businesses, right? Compared to this.
Well, the Subway sandwich franchises we had were about $200,000 US each.
And that was in the mid 80s, so
That
I'm
was
sure
late
they're
80s.
late 80s,
Late 80s.
significantly higher than
And
that.
that happened to be the third highest grossing Subway shop in the state of Illinois, and we couldn't pull $60,000 out of that location. After food costs, employees, rent, overhead, 60 grand. And I lived there.
And he smelled like pickles and onions.
And teenagers, and worked with teenagers. So, and then the construction companies, my goodness, it was just a lot of money. Trucks and semis and buildings and you name it, employees and
Workers'
I didn't see my wife for months. When we first got married, it was months I was on the road, and I told her, just stay with me. I'm setting us up for the future, right? And the months and the years were going by, and I was handling a lot of money, but I wasn't keeping it like you can in this thing.
Yeah.
Right? This is set up for the masses. This
Yeah.
is set up for that
And
housewife.
he couldn't take anybody else with him in those other businesses. I mean, he had employees, and we took really good care of those employees, but we couldn't. They could never make what we were making. In this, you can bring people with you.
They can pass you up.
And they can, yeah. And
You
that's
want them
the
to pass
coolest
you
thing.
up.
You want them to pass you up, and you don't succeed unless you help them succeed, and that's a foreign concept to people because that is not the way it is in corporate America or any other business that we've ever been a part of. You know, people step on people and do whatever they can to get to the top, and they push everybody else away. This is the opposite, and it takes some time to convince people and show people that. So remember, usually one touch is not enough. It's 2, 3, 4. So consistency is key. Don't ever take anybody off your list, ever. Right? Our biggest builder said no to him 5 times. 5 times. Yeah. See, look at Tessa. So don't ever give up on anybody.
And have your script ready at the end of at the tip of your tongue. You're going to need a script. Stem cell activation without injection. You're going to have to show them some money. You're going to have to show them maybe a biotech breakthrough award. Just something that's compelling right at your. You know, if you're busy and people are fast and they don't want to get stopped and hung up on too long, just be ready. And then give me your number. I'm going to send you something.
Yep.
Get that number. Get a number, send it out, and then now you got them. Now you can keep dripping. It's like Chinese water torture. They're gonna crack. They're gonna crack. And it's timing is everything for people. So as the timing changes, the no can turn into a yes. Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions? Anything you'd like to ask Carl and Kathy?
Never give up.
That's right. That's right. The only way you fail in this is if you quit. That's it. That's it.
I think one thing that maybe might help also is that there's this concept of like the pyramid, right? You get started and the guy on the top makes all, but when you start building, you realize that everyone builds their business and there's no cap, right? So it's not like the guy on the top, like Steve and Gina are not saying, hey, none of you can go 3-star presidential.
Well, no, Danny and Diane just did it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
there's no one that's, right? We all have the same opportunity, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
We had the honor the other night of having a time with Ken and Diana, not Ken and Diana, but and Greg and Emma. And Ken, it took the 63rd enrollment was Andy Moody.
Wow.
Now, that's
63.
63rd.
Yeah.
She's down one leg.
Yeah.
Now, they've got, I mean, he's got Danny and Diane under him, he's got Kerry Robinson under him, he's got Penny Carpenter under him, he's got Jay Atkins under him, he's got Joe Navarro, all of those people.
Carlos, yeah.
All of
You
those
have to
people.
operate every phone call or contact that you make. You have to operate with the belief system that this next phone call
Yes.
could be that person.
Yes. And so some of those people, like 3-star presidential, they've got 3-star executives, 1-star, whatever they are. But so people do pass you up.
Oh, yeah.
And that's great. That's what you want to just why you're bringing people in.
So the whole pyramid thing is so crazy to me. Because corporate America is a pyramid.
Yeah.
Every other industry is a pyramid.
Police department.
It's a pyramid. It doesn't matter how many hours you work, how good you are at your job. If you're down here, you're never going to get here. Ever. But in this, you know more people, you talk to more people, you're more consistent than me.
Yeah.
You passed us up. And that's what you want. So I always say, when I get thrown that, I'm like, so what do you do? I'm curious, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm such and such. So tell me how that's not.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Not just curious, you know? How is that not? No, go ahead.
Can I just make a comment? That when I met you two on the first night, it wasn't your 1099 that it never ever occurred to me that you'd ask anything like that, but it was your hearts that I was attracted to. No one else on this cruise had made me cry, but it happened on the first night. I don't know if you noticed that. I had to choke it back. But this company, money aside, it's the hearts of the people and the dedication to the people around them that I'm attracted to. There's other ways of making money,
Yeah.
right? But in this company, the money seems like a bonus. It's nice to have alongside the heart. So that's important to me, the culture and the heart. And yeah.
And
Love makes the
community,
world go round.
community. People are starving for community. They're starving
That's how
for
businesses
it.
are built on community.
And they don't get it anywhere else. Yeah. And so what an opportunity we have to bring them in and love on people and serve people. That's why we're here. And everything else, you're right. It's just,
Like the tennis, whoever serves best wins.
yeah.
I just want to thank you guys, honestly. These
Yeah.
guys are amazing.
Amen.
People. Honestly, I'm just so thankful and just thank them for their time and their
Yeah.
and their
Yeah.
leadership.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mario, thank you for organising that.
Yes, Mario. Thank you.
I guess let's do a little picture. But I guess what I would say to each one of you is get to meet the leaders, get to meet other people, because they're real people that have real families, just like us. They've just stepped out and they've made a little bit more of an effort over a period of time. This is not an overnight success. This is not you call one person, you get rich. This is you consistently doing the work over years.
We've put 80 personals in and we have 5 builders. And 3 of those are pretty serious builders. That's all you
Take a
need.
lot.
That's all you need. Now, the rest of them are just customers and then wherever they're at. I don't know where they're at, but it doesn't matter.
But Andy and Andy's coming on the 63rd, one down, one leg.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Let's do one little picture here. Why don't you come in the middle?
Okay.
Okay.
You guys get in the middle there.